Hey guys, thanks for coming to my channel. My name is Esty, and today in this video, I'm gonna show you how I make my version of Thai red curry. I absolutely love this recipe because not only is it really affordable, but it's really easy to make and it's got a lot of veggies in it. And if you're vegan or vegetarian, this recipe is perfect for you because you can absolutely make this recipe fully vegan and vegetarian. So let's get to it.
Okay guys, so for your ingredients, you're gonna need some broccoli. I used about a head of broccoli and I like to chop mine a little bit bigger. I have some carrots here, some chopped up onion, as well as some minced garlic and some finely grated ginger. I also use 2 bell peppers, a red one and a green one, but you can use whatever color you'd like. And moving on to the star ingredient of the dish, we have the red curry paste. I really love this brand. It's got really simple ingredients in it, so I'll put that in the description down below. We have some water here, some rice vinegar, soy sauce, and I like to use coconut cream for this. You can use full fat coconut milk if you can't find coconut cream. I think it's almost the same thing. We also have a little bit of sugar and some salt and pepper to season our curry. I decided to add in some shrimp to my red curry, but if you're making this recipe vegan or vegetarian, you can definitely use some tofu or just keep the recipe as is with the vegetables. I chopped up some fresh basil, but you can use cilantro for garnish, and of course you're gonna need to cook some rice. I use jasmine rice. Just a quick note for the ginger, I would definitely recommend using a microplane zester for this, just so that you get a nice fine grate. If you don't have one, you can use a regular cheese grater, but the microplane zester is definitely recommended for this step. For the rice, I used 1.5 cups of jasmine rice to 3 cups of water. You're gonna wanna boil that, and as soon as it starts boiling, you can cover it and you'll just set the temperature to medium. I kept this on for about 10 minutes and I just consistently checked it to make sure that it was doing okay. Now, to start the curry, you want to start with a hot pan. So heat your stovetop to medium heat and add in some oil. All right, once your pan is nice and hot, you can go ahead and add in your onion. And as you can see here, I'm just giving these a quick toss, and I'm also going to add in my carrots to soften up with the onion, just because it is a harder vegetable and I do prefer my carrots to be a little bit more softened. And you're gonna just cook these guys just until the onion starts to turn a little bit translucent and the carrots and the onion start to become a little bit more fragrant. So just like that, that looks great. Okay, so now you can go ahead and add in your minced garlic and your grated ginger, and you'll just want to mix that in to the onion and the carrots and just cook it for about a minute or 2. And now we'll go ahead and add in our red curry paste. Now, what's important about this step is you want to make sure that when you're adding in the red curry paste that you really mix it in super well with the onion and garlic mixture. So go ahead and do that. And once you've got a good color on there, you can season it with a little bit of salt. And don't worry, we'll definitely be adding more salt at the end, but I like to add in some salt at this step. And now you can go ahead and add in your broccoli and your bell peppers to the mix. And we're just gonna cook these guys for about 5 to 6 minutes, and you just want to get them a little bit more softened and make sure that you're mixing frequently here so that you get an even cook on the vegetables. So once you see that the broccoli and the bell peppers are a little bit more softened and slightly smaller, we're going to transfer the vegetables to a bowl so that we can cook our shrimp. Now, if you're making this recipe vegetarian or vegan, you can of course use tofu for this step, or you can just skip this step altogether and just make a vegetable curry. Now, if you are going to be using shrimp, make sure you add in a little bit more oil to your pan to cook your shrimp in. I just added probably about a tablespoon of that and just spread it out a little bit before adding my shrimp. And what I like to do when using shrimp for this recipe is just give them a quick cook. I just cook them on each side for about 1 to 2 minutes just to give them a little bit of color. The shrimp will continue to cook once we add the vegetables back in. So this is just to add in some color and some flavor. All right, once you got some color on your shrimp, you can go ahead and add back in the vegetables. And we're going to just toss everything up and make sure that it's all nice and incorporated. That's already starting to look so good. Yum. All right, guys, the time has come to add in our coconut cream. So go ahead and add that in. I know it looks super weird coming out of the can, but don't worry, it's gonna look really good in a minute or so. So go ahead and add that in. And a trick that I like to do is actually add in the water for the red curry into the can just to use up all of that coconut cream. So I just kind of swish it around and I pour that right into the pan. So once you've done that, just mix in the cream and the water. And at this step, I was actually supposed to add in the sugar. I completely forgot to add it in and had to add it in after this. So definitely add in the sugar at this step. All right, guys, so once your sugar and your coconut cream and water are all incorporated into the curry, we are gonna go ahead and put a lid on this, and we're gonna just simmer it on medium-low heat with the lid on top for about 10 minutes. So I'm just checking in with my rice now. I must have cooked this for about 20 minutes or so, just checking it often. And it's looking nice and fluffy and a little bit sticky, just how I like it for this dish. So anyways, I'm just gonna put that to the side because we're gonna plate with it in about a minute or so. And after your 10 minutes is up, your curry should look like this. Delicious. All right. So now that this step is done, you're gonna go ahead and add in your rice wine vinegar and your soy sauce. And I just kind of kept the heat on just to let the coconut cream mixture reduce a little bit, but you can totally turn the heat off at this point if you wanted to. And most importantly, you do want to test this to adjust the soy sauce or the salt. And even if you wanted it a little bit spicier, this is the point where you could add in some sriracha if you wanted to. So I just taste tested mine, and I ended up adding a little bit more salt and a little bit more soy sauce, and it was perfect. Okay, once you've added in your final ingredients, this is what you will get, and you will be ready to plate. All right, so you can go ahead and get yourself a bowl and add in some of your rice and just top it with your curry. Look at that. Now I like to finish this off with some chopped up basil or cilantro. And that's pretty much it, guys. There is your delicious red curry that you can make all by yourself at home.